channel, Carmeldvine. It is your girl Divine. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Grand Rising, how are you? I wanted to come on here and give a prophetic message. Actually, I had a prophetic dream last night that I wanted to share with you. This is a very important message. I feel like just because God was urging me to share it with you. And I'm going to give a trigger warning. It is kind of disturbing. I'm not going to lie. There is death in this dream, but I want to explain it to you to where death is really just transformation. Death does not have to be physical, actual, somebody dying in real life, okay? So yes, it was pretty disturbing, it was pretty dark, but there was a huge lesson to be learned within this dream. God wants to remind you not to always share everything, not to have all of your business out there, okay? Now I'm gonna explain this dream. This dream started with, it was like a block party, right? But the streets were not blocked off, if that makes sense. I'm just seeing 111. The streets weren't blocked off, and there were still cars just going through the streets, but everybody was still celebrating, listening to music. People was dressed nice, people was drinking, smoking, whatever. So there's this man that kind of looks like he was like some TV celebrity or something. Like, I couldn't make out exactly who he was, but his aura and his presence just made it seem like he was on TV, or he was somebody that was just in the public eye, being that he was the main person, like just being seen in my dream and in the middle of the road. This man had a baby with him, a baby girl, okay? Keep in mind that the streets were not blocked off, but there was still a party going on. There's still celebration going on. And he had his baby girl, and they were just in the middle of the street. You know, she was just walking like it was a parade. I wasn't sure if she was the one being celebrated. This baby could have been like literally like 1 or 2 years old, okay? Very young baby. She was dressed in pink, and she was just walking in the street, and he was standing on the side a little bit. He was still in the street, but he was still kind of giving her space to like kind of walk around freely on her own. Now, I was kind of looking, like prospecting from afar. You know, I was just kind of like, okay, baby, so cute, do. But I'm also still in the back of my mind wondering, why is she just in the street? Why is he not at least holding her in his arms? But I'm just like, okay, that's his baby. But I still was very concerned. So as I'm watching, they, go on, they proceed to walk down the street or walk in the middle of the road. Now I see that cars are coming, okay? Then, don't get like, I don't want to like name too many names, but this is a person. I don't know if y'all know who Amy Luciani is. I didn't want to name any names, but pretty much she is a YouTube creator, YouTube star. I don't want to say this dream was about her because she doesn't have any children, but this was the child's mother. Now, if you know who Amy Luciani is, she is a YouTube creator, Instagram, just an influencer. She's an influencer in general. She's a model. She's a rapper. So just keep all of these things in mind. Now, I don't think that was literally her in the dream. I think she was just representing something in the dream, if that makes sense, okay? So she happens to be the baby's mother. So she comes up, she's in the street, her and her baby father just looking at their baby like, oh. And then I see that there's cars that start to come by or past the baby. There were some cars that actually had to slow down because it was about to hit the baby. And they're just like, whoa, okay, relax. Like, slow down. But mind you, neither of them went to go pick this baby up and move the baby from out the street. So I'm just like, everybody's just like very like anticipating, but everybody's just anticipating on this baby about to get hit. And everybody's just like, oh, that was a close one. And I'm just like, okay, well, are y'all gonna move the baby? They still did not move this baby. Next thing you know, 444. Next thing you know, a burgundy car comes up. Trigger warning. It slows down right before it hits the baby. Like, it literally bumped the baby's butt. And they were like, oh my God, that was so close. and the burgundy car just hits the gas, and you know the rest. I am so sorry. Like, I gave a trigger warning, but I want to explain to you what this means. This baby, what do babies represent in dreams? Babies are literally manifestations, physical manifestations that two people came together to create. Okay? Amy Luciani is a content creator. She's a celebrity. She's a star. And this man was also some type of TV persona as well. They both created this baby, and this man allowed the baby to be in the street, meaning he wanted to showcase this baby. He wanted to show the baby to the world. He wanted to tell this baby. But this baby did not have any protection. They were not in a car. A car represents ambition. It represents drive. It represents direction. So for this baby to not even be in movement or be protected also in movement and just be out in the street, these people just wanted to showcase the baby, basically just showcase the idea, because that's what also babies represent as well. Babies represent ideas being fertilized, being manifested. So for them to have this baby being just out here, no protection, no guidance, just allowed it to be freely open and out there without, you know, them actually having a plan to protect this baby or have this baby move forward. This baby ended up getting hit and ran over and died. With that being said, be careful with what you are putting out into the world. Be careful about giving all of your ideas and your manifestations or what you're trying to manifest out. Don't be bragging and showing and everybody about what you're trying to manifest or what ideas you have, because some people, this card was burgundy. Now burgundy, I'm gonna have a video on colors and their meanings, their metaphysical meanings. Burgundy is a shade of red, basically. A shade of red mixed with brown. And it's a very dark color. Okay, so this, like I said, cards represent ambition. Red also represents ambition and action and power. So for it to be kind of darker, I feel like there's other people that you could be sharing your gifts with, sharing your manifestations, sharing your ideas with, sharing what your future is. Because babies and children also represent the future. So you sharing all of these things and people seeing that. This burgundy card slowed down and seen the baby. But it decided to run the baby over and keep going. Amy and everybody was just like, oh my God. I'm just like, oh my God. Everybody's crying and everybody's yelling as if they didn't know what was about to happen. Now, there's two sides of the story that I do want to explain. There's two meanings to this that I do want to explain to as well, because I'm also getting an air of child sacrifice. Sacrificing children when it comes to the industry. Now, that's a little deep, that's a little extra, but you know, that's for whoever, if you know, you know. So when you are sharing certain things, you're literally sacrificing that thing. You're sacrificing it. You're putting it in a position to where it could end up being hurt. Don't put yourself in a position, or your ideas or your manifestations in a position to where it could be ran over by anybody. Because as soon as somebody else knows it, sees it, they probably want to take it and run with it. Just because this baby died and transitioned doesn't mean that car didn't get that idea. It didn't mean that car didn't, it was a hit and run, guys. Some people want to come into your life, take what is yours away from you, and run. So be very careful who you're sharing your ideas with, who you're sharing your manifestations with. This is something Spirit has been telling me for a while. It doesn't matter who it is. These cars knew who was coming. These cars knew that there was a party going on. These cars seen the baby in the street. But also, why was these people just had the baby in the street? Why didn't they move the baby? It's like they knew the baby was going to get hit eventually. And that's why I was in the dream like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? 1010, 111. What was going on? Why did they allow the baby to stay in the street? As they stood away. They didn't really stand in the sidewalk. They were still in the street, but they still stood in a safe space to where they wouldn't get hit. They knew that the baby was in danger. So if you know, if Spirit is telling you something, this is one thing. If Spirit is telling you something over and over again to where you know you shouldn't be doing something, like you shouldn't be sharing your manifestations, stop doing it. And this goes to me too. This goes to me too. Stop doing it. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Stop giving away your ideas. Stop giving away your future and ambition, because people see it anyway. People see your future. People know who you are. You get what I'm saying? 11:11. I feel like that was just an important message that I had to share. But on the topic of child sacrifice as well, make sure you have an agreement of what it is that you have to sacrifice, because there is a price for everything. There is a price for everything. When this happened, when the baby was ran over, of course, everybody started crying and stuff like that. And Amy was just sobbing and she was crazy. There was a memorial service right after. And then during the memorial service, she showed me her legs. And her legs were gone. She had nothing but bone. The bones, the legs are represented. The legs are ruled by Sagittarius, the thighs and the legs, but also the knees, the ankles, and bones are represented or ruled by Capricorn energy. Capricorn energy is the devil energy. The devil energy rules the industry. Now the industry, when you go into the industry, or you're trying to make it into the industry, because Amy Luciani is not someone who is very high up in the industry. This is not about her. I'm going to keep stressing that. This is not about her. This is about her, what she represents. She's not that high up in the industry, but she is very close. If you get what I'm saying, she has a very big following. She could be in the industry if she wanted to and kept going. But there is a price that has to be paid before you actually reach that mark of being mainstream in the industry. So there is a sacrifice that has to be made. When people see where you're going, when people see that you don't even have protection or ambition, you just have this idea, you just have this manifestation that you know that you want to go towards, there is a price that you are going to have to pay in order to actually get there. There is some actual sacrifice that you have to pay. And that sacrifice could be a child or something that you hold dear to your heart. It doesn't have to be a physical child or a baby or a physical person, but it could actually be something else that you hold dear to yourself. A part of yourself, a part of your childhood, a part of anything that you have to let go and release and sacrifice in order to get into the industry. The fact that her legs were literally burned off, she sacrificed more than just her ideas and her manifestation. The legs are literally what connect us to this earth and what keeps us pushing and moving forward. Don't allow anybody to stop your growth. Don't allow anybody to stop your moving forward just because you have a big mouth or because you want everybody to see who you are. You don't have to prove yourself to nobody. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. People already see and know who you are and where you are headed. And people will take advantage of that and take your legs, take your ideas and your manifestations and run with it. Use you up, leave you there crying and sobbing and sad, and run with it. Now at this memorial service, she started playing her music. She was sobbing and crying. I guess she was playing her music to honor her baby. I don't know. So I was kind of confused about that too. I'm like, you playing these songs that don't even really have nothing to do with your baby. but you playing this music, I guess. You're still celebrating in some kind of way. But you're crying and you're sad. So take that message how you want to take it. But there is certain sacrifices that you have to give to the industry, or not even just the industry. If you're trying to do anything, if you're trying to manifest things and you're not even sure why, what your purpose is, and what you actually want for yourself, you're not actually sure on why you want what you want, you're going to end up sacrificing more than what you wanted to sacrifice. You have to keep these things in mind. If you are someone who is in the public eye, if you are someone who is trying to reach a higher level, a higher status in the public eye, be very mindful and be very careful of the people that you surround yourself with, and also the environment that you surround yourself with. Because the fact that they were in the street represents direction. It represents the roads, the opportunities, going places. So, if you're someone that is going places, but you are on foot, you don't have a car to protect your dreams, you don't have the ambition to keep going and to actually do what it is that you want to do, so this manifestation can grow and reach higher than just an infant level, you have to keep it protected. You have to have the drive, the car, to be on the road towards that. Okay, I hope this dream, this prophetic dream, helped you in some kind of way. I hope that you can resonate with it. This is an urgent message and an urgent warning from Spirit, from the Divine, to you, whoever is watching this. So thank you so much for watching this video. If anything resonated, like this video, comment down below. You know the drill. If you feel like my vibe, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.